Greetings, science fiction and fantasy enthusiasts. You're listening to No Deodorant in Outer Space. Now, let's get started.
Hello again. This is a preview for our next podcast of No Deodorant in Outer Space, in which we review The Martian, the book and the movie. For those of you that don't know, it's primarily about someone who is stuck on Mars, which is kind of like an analogy for being stuck in the Midwest. And the movie is a really true science fiction tale, as is the book, but it's really just a horror story, because if this had been me left alone on Mars, it would have been a very, very short movie and an even shorter book, because I would have just killed myself after the first 5 minutes, being left alone on a planet, which I think is the normal instinct. So I was amazed as I read the pages and watched the movie and saw that it did not end after 30 or 40 seconds. The book is written by Andy Weir, who has a background in physics and computer science, and it contains both technical and colorful language. The movie stars Matt Damon, directed by Ridley Scott, and it's, well, you'll hear about it in the podcast, but it's pretty gripping stuff. Now, I just can't help but think what I would do if I was stuck on Mars, and I think it'd be worse if I was there with other people, because that would not make it pleasant for them. In particular, if I was stuck there with my co-host, Rick and Ryan, I would just probably be less than 5 minutes. I would live long enough to watch them die, I guess. Ryan would immediately begin to try and take over something and insist on growing an inedible crop. He would keep doing that as we died, because that was his plan, and he did not, alter from it. Rick would get mad at the atmosphere, probably accused of being racist, and that would get nothing done. And I would just sit there and act like I'm too good for any of this, and wait for us all to die. So it's probably good that we're not astronauts. And I don't know. And again, I don't want to get into a whole fireman analogy, but I'm not sure astronauts are really that big of heroes in the grand scheme of things. I mean, they agree to do these dangerous missions and fly into space, and things go wrong. They act really happy that they come back alive, but at some point it becomes like the guys that climb Mount Everest need to get rescued. You're the one putting yourself up there. I know it's for the betterment of mankind, but I think it's mostly for the betterment of the astronaut themselves. I'm not sure what zero gravity research does for anything down here, although it has made some really nice weapons for our military. And, of course, cable TV, satellite TV, I guess. So we got that going for us. But it should be a lively podcast. It's a really temporary book and movie. The author's not dead, and people have heard of it. So I look forward to broadcasting this and sharing it with you next month. It should be a pretty fantastic time. If you are married, I encourage you to have your loved ones sit down with you and listen to it. And maybe it'll save your marriage. It's probably not doing so hot. I know you. And if you have an elderly relative, or if you are from Mars, if you're from Mars, you should definitely listen. I'd like to hear from you and your comments and reviews, and just see what you have to think. So, it's going to be quite a good podcast. Ridley Scott's director. It's our second podcast featuring him, and he learned how to direct again. That's my teaser. And Andy Weir, it's our first Andy Weir book. Really, it's the first book he's ever published under his own name, I guess. But he only has 2 other books out. One other book out besides this, So, man. Hope your day is going well out there, whoever's listening to this. I don't know if anyone watched the Michigan game this weekend. It went to double overtime against Indiana, and they won, barely. Wasn't really that convincing of a victory. Felt like they could have, played a better defense. I know Indiana's got a great offense, but it wasn't that enjoyable to watch. It was, too nerve-wracking. We got Ohio State coming up here, guys. Anyways, see you in the podcast. Bye.
For more information on the topics discussed in this episode, or to read our show notes and find us on social media, visit NoDeodorant.com. Thanks for listening to our show, and always remember, there is no deodorant in outer space.